Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. You already saw in different video this 2001 Toyota Avalon XLS. Absolutely beautiful rig, very well preserved with only 96,000 miles. And I filmed for you the code P1135, which stands for air fuel sensor. It's a heater element which is burned. I showed you how the scanner was really quickly returning the code after it being erased. And I made a claim for you that you know actually that you can go ahead 98% of the time. You can go ahead, replace the sensor, and you will be able to erase that check engine light and keep driving your vehicle. Today I will show you and confirm you that it's correct. For those who might not believe that, might say, oh my god, you need to diagnose it and so on. I will just show you that's what I said will be confirmed right now. So it's a Bank 1 S1. Well, it's a V6 engine. Unfortunately, Bank 1 S1 is located right there. You can see the connector and the sensor. It's very badly positioned right there. Hopefully you see it. So you will be on standby watching me from the side, swearing that I cut myself on something, trying to unhook it and remove it. In the moments like this you have to be creative. I already tried yesterday. Vehicle stay overnight, so I already tried yesterday to put both hands there. There's very little space for one hand basically to pull on the wire, but I need to unclip that connector. So I will help myself with something long. It will be either a long screwdriver or this is a pry bar, and I need to push on the tab. This is funny, guys. The light which I had there just ran out of the battery. Okay, try number 2. With the pry bar, I want to squeeze that tab on that electric connector. Oh, I heard it click. And now I should be able to pull the wire. Oh yeah, look at it. Do you see it? So already right here, we can bring the multimeter. Here is my multimeter, and I will be measuring resistance on both black wires. So I will put it to the ohms, to resistance. There is an open, which is correct. When I will touch my probes, you always check. So you touch the probes and you see the resistance on multimeter goes to the 0. So you tested it, right? I saw it, you didn't, but trust me, it went to 0. And now I will touch both black connector sleeves, which are right here. And if the resistance will stay open or infinite, will not go down, I will know this heater element is burned. Now I switched you to look on the multimeter. So this is what I said. It goes to the ohms. It changed right here in the corner. It changed from the ohms. There's always some little resistance, right? But it should be ideally 0. And now I go and I will touch above you without moving you. I will touch these 2 leads, that black one. And let's see what we are reading there. So I'm not moving. It's a 2.180 mega ohms. So that wire, it's not completely burned, but it's super high resistance. The sensor is bad. I guarantee you I can continue and replace it. But we have a brand new one, right? Right here. So why we just don't confirm we are correct? We don't need to look it up anywhere on the internet. We have a brand new unit right here in the back for this vehicle. So I will open it and we will again measure that two black wires, right? As I said previously, there is a white, blue, black and black. It's a 4-wire connector. This is direct fit. That's why I want to deal with a Denso. This is perfect. It's actually OEM replacement. So this is what I do. I will remove this rubber. See, this is the length, which always when you are buying it, you also look on the length of the wire. There is a protective sheet because there is already anti-seize applied. So let's measure this one, brand new, and confirm. And actually in this video, to know what it should be when it's brand new, right? So you don't have to look it up. Two black ones. Hopefully you can see it. Is it correctly showing? Right, two black ones are on the top. Just trying to show you the best. So I will be touching these two with the probes. And let's see what we will measure this time. And I can tell you, it won't be mega ohms. It will be low. Look, it went to the kilo ohms, from mega ohms it went kilo ohms, and now it's ohms. And this heater element has 2.4 ohms. When the sensor is brand new, we just together confirmed that our diagnosis and assumption was correct. You saw there is very limited access to these, but purely theoretically, if you don't have a special oxygen sockets, the sensor is right there, right? So purely theoretically, you can cut that wire off because you know it's bad on the old one, and you can use a 22 millimeter deep socket and you can remove it, or you have 22 millimeter wrench and somehow sneak it in. This is a professional way. This is a snap-on oxygen socket, right? You can see you can always put that wire between. That's why it's partially open. And this should work for me. Extension sensor on it, and hopefully this length is perfect. I have it ready there. So thank you for being here with me. Wishing me luck. Did you hear that? I just successfully cracked. And let be this one perfect example of that sometimes a designer's left so little space that the labor for this simple procedure can become costly because there's no access. I was able to sneak this wrench from here, and up there there's a problem, right? It's that power steering hose, it's a problem here. But I cracked it really loose already, but it still gives a lot of resistance. So I will cut the wire because the sensor is useless anyway. I'll cut the wire and put a deep 22 socket on it. Now of course with the deep socket, even the shortest extension which I had was too long. So you need actually flex ratchet, and that surprises me that I have to use any kind of lubricant because the whole vehicle looks basically brand new. So it's such a good shape. It was not driven any harsh environment. Everything around looks really good. So normally these oxygen sensors, if there's no rust visible all over, when you break them loose, when that initial breakage, when you break it loose, the sensor will come out by hand. So the access to that sensor, it's so bad, it's not moving. I rather remove this entire chunk of the exhaust. Here we go. This whole pipe will come off, and I'm hoping there will be right now opening for my normal wrench This is what I mean with that. I can put nicely fitting this wrench there. You see, the spiral axis, I can change these angles and running it there and back. I know it will let me to loosen it right there. And doing so, what I described you that entire time, I can actually use the open end, because guess what? Finally we have the situation is turning around. The sensor is coming. Here you got it. The little fella is out. And this one is typical case or great case of how it normally doesn't go. So if you look on the removed sensor, the thread in that pipe, the exhaust pipe, I look like crazy man. There's a little bit of it remaining on the thread of that sensor. So I will go ahead and I will use oxygen sensor thread chaser to restore that thread in that pipe. I have one of these right here. I will show you. I have this for a while. You can see how it's dirty and so on. So this is the part which you use to restore. Make sure the thread, it's perfect. It's a 3/8, right? 3/8 part. Again, there will be problem with that space, but this will fix, renew, clean. It will clean that thread for installation of that new sensor. And basically what I'm doing, I'm putting a bunch of grease on this chaser. It's coming in, cleaning that thread. I have a bunch of grease which is catching possible shavings from that thread and so on. Then I clean it again, lubricate it again, and putting it forward. So I'm almost done, and then I will remove all the grease, important, and install that new sensor finally. New sensor is in the place, nicely installed. I hope you can see it, including how it's protruding in this pipe, in the exhaust pipe. So I have to put everything back. Do you see that honeycomb? Yeah. So this goes back. In that other video you saw, when I erase the check engine light, it will come back in 5 or 10 seconds. So let's go link, get rid of it, and confirm that in this video we have performed successful repair. So it's stored, right? 1135, it's stored. I will erase it. No, also, you guys have a questions, is this only a reader I have? No, it's the reader I use for cases like this, when I don't need very difficult and complicated diagnosis. Otherwise I'm using Autel MS906. I didn't purchase the subscription to the Toyota servers yet. If I was only doing repairs, I will own entire text stream, but I'm a YouTuber. I spend half of the time filming videos for you. Therefore, I have very little turnaround, and subscription and text stream is very expensive. So to answer your questions, yes, I have more scanners. This is the basic one, which works really quick. And you can see, guys, the check engine light is not coming back as it was in that different video. It was back in 5 to 10 seconds. We did a good job here. This will be really successful and the owners will be very happy. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, give it a thumb up, please. And make sure you are subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. I will catch you in the next one, my friend.